and welcome back to, I think this might be the finale of Metal Gear Solid 1, or close enough. Using first. Okay, still hot. It's still hot like fire. Bingo.
PAL code number 3 confirmed. PAL code entry complete. Detonation code activated.
No, why?
Ooh.
Ready for launch.
I deactivated it.
Apparently not.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally
Master Miller, you're on their side
during
too?
the interrogation. In other
apologize,
words,
I hope
we
it's not
weren't
aggression.
able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to Fox Dot.
Yes, seriously.
You
come
mean
on.
you had this plan from the beginning? Just to get me to input the detonation code?
Yes.
You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did
Well, I
you?
like to think I
Who the
did.
hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox-Die vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that
Okay,
is.
good. At least he's got out in his head that
Where
he
are
now
you?
knows who that's not.
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his
Oh
home.
God, poor
He's
Campbell.
been dead for at least 3
Poor
days.
Master Miller.
I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Okay, that's actually kind of
Liquid.
cool.
How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Ha! Lucky for me, I have this. Only one man can tell me to get out of this. Surprised the only man who has stabbed me in the back.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
I am literally going to die, Otacon. So hurry up.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Otacon, you are officially my best friend. Get back here, brother! I don't know why. Now I just have an image of Solid Snake being Hulk Hogan. Listen here, brother. What you gotta do when Solid Snake comes running for you?
Liquid! Snake! Did you like my sunglasses?
Not gonna lie, I actually got it cool, brother.
You'd point a weapon at your own brother?
Why did you disguise yourself?
You
as
literally
Bastion?
try to shoot me with a
So I can
helicopter.
manipulate
At this
you more
point, me
And
shooting at you
perform
seems
quite
fair
well, I
game.
must say. Although the boys at the Pentagon are probably saying the same thing.
What the hell are you talking about?
Following orders blindly with no questions asked, you've lost your warrior's pride and become nothing more than a pawn, Snake.
What?
Stopping the nuclear launch, rescuing the hostages, it was all just a diversion.
A diversion?
The Pentagon only needed for you to come into contact with us. That's what killed the Armstech president and decoy Octopus.
You don't mean...
That's right. You were sent here to kill us so they could retrieve Metal Gear undamaged, along
No
with
witnesses.
the bodies of the Genome soldiers. From the beginning, the Pentagon was just using you as a vector to spread Fox Die.
Fox die? It can't be. Are you telling me Naomi was working with the Pentagon?
They thought she was, but it seems that Dr. Naomi Hunter couldn't be controlled so easily.
What?
We've got a spy working in the Pentagon. He reported that Dr. Hunter altered Fox Die's program just before the operation, but no one knows how or why.
I wonder... Maybe they arrested her so they could find out the answer to that.
Most likely,
No
yeah.
doubt. But I had no idea she was motivated by such petty revenge. We still don't know what changes she made to Fox Die's program.
Really, coming from the guy who had earlier
Oh well, it
said,
doesn't matter.
You
I've
took
already added
away
the
the
Fox
right to
Die
kill
vaccine
away
to my
from me.
list of White House demands.
There's a vaccine?
There must be, but that woman is the only one who really knows. Anyway, it might prove to be unnecessary.
Why's that?
You were successful in coming into contact with all of us, so we must have all been exposed to the virus. It's true that the Armstech president and decoy Octopus were killed by Fox Die, but Ocelot, myself, and you, the carrier, were apparently unaffected.
simple. Ocelot's
Bug in
lost to be
the
killed by
virus's
such a
program.
thing.
Could be. In any case, if it doesn't kill you, then I'm not worried either. After all, our genetic code is identical.
Oh,
It's true. You and I are...
Yes, twins. But we're not ordinary twins. We're twins linked by cursed genes. Les enfants terribles. You're fine. You got all the old man's dominant genes. I got the flawed recessive genes. Everything was done so that you would be the greatest of his children. The only reason I exist is so they could create you.
I was the favorite, huh?
That's right. I'm just the leftovers of what they used to make you. Can you understand what it's like to know that
Damn.
you're garbage since the day you were born? But
no, because I'm not you.
I'm the one Father chose.
So that's why you're so obsessed with Big Boss. Some warped kind of love.
Love? It's hate! He always told me I was inferior. And
Damn.
now I'll have my revenge! You should understand me, brother. You killed our father with your own hands!
You know, in my defense, when I did it,
revenge.
it was in self-defense,
Now
because he would
I'll
have killed me.
finish the work that Father began. I will
We'll
surpass
surpass
him.
him.
I will
destroy him.
You're just like Naomi.
Well, I'm not like you. Unlike
Bro, that's the most
I'm
immature
proud
thing
of
ever.
the destiny that is encoded into my very genes. Yeah. Snake, your blood will be the first to be spilled by this glorious new weapon. Consider it an honor, a gift from your brother. Now I'll show you the power of the weapon that will lead us in the 21st century.
It's moving.
I've seen better. Heck, Dad's seen better. Saw Lanterus is actually canon.
How do I stop it?
Or Zeke, technically. Alright, everybody, time for our second final boss? Next to final boss. The one, the only Metal Gear That is terrible place, Rex, but that is terrible placement for that gun. Oh crap. My controller fell asleep. Oh no, 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 no. Brother, can we talk, please? No, 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 no. I want to apologize. It's been a while since I fought this boss. I don't know exactly what I need to do. At a certain point in time we need to hit this thing in the room. Oh, there it is. Oh, by the way, don't be stupid like me. Equip the body armor. Plus, you won't be tasting more bullets than 50 cents. Oh, God, close. Rushing. Okay, I think I should do better this time because I actually know what.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake! God help us. Metal Gear is moving. Snake, it's all riding on you now. You've got to stop that thing.
Any advice?
But how? You'll have to ask Dr. Emmerich, the guy who made it.
Snake, Rex's armor is impregnable. You can't do any damage with the weapons you've got. Rex uses the latest advances in compound armor. The only way you can pierce it is with a high-performance heat round.
So what do I do?
Rex's pilot seat operates exactly like a VR system. It's got multiple sensors connected to a high-tech interface used for the controls. It's completely self-enclosed and shut off from the outside environment.
He's not using his naked eyes?
That's right. So if you could somehow destroy the sensors... Do you see that round plate on Rex's left arm?
Yeah, that thing that looks like a shield.
That's a radome. If you can destroy that thing, it won't be able to use its electronic equipment.
Oh.
So he'll be blinded.
Yeah, try to hit that radome with a Stinger missile.
So that will stop it?
No. Rex was designed so it can be controlled manually, too.
Oh, great.
The part that looks like a beak is where the pilot seat is. In an emergency, it'll open up. Rex's armor is perfect. You can't destroy it.
You told me that already.
But the interior is a different story.
I get it. First I destroy the radome. That will force him to open up the pilot's seat.
Right. If you can shoot a Stinger missile into the cockpit, you'll destroy the computer control system.
You intentionally designed it with a weak point?
It's not a weak point. I like to think of it as a character flaw. People just aren't complete without some type of character flaw, don't you think?
I guess so. I owe you one, Otacon.
Later we'll come up with a super secret best friend handshake. That's not even a joke either. Wait until Metal Gear 2. Okay, seriously, how am I supposed to dodge that? I hate this. Come on. Nope. 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 Oh, come on. At this point, I don't care. You're going down before I will. Final shot. Radar down. Alright, Liquid. Your turn now.
Did that do it?
Nice try, Snake! Die!
Hurry! Get away! Grey Fox.
The name from long ago. It sounds better than Deep Throat.
No.
So it is you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Terrible Snake. You haven't aged well.
I'll send you back to hell!
Don't you know there's no vacancy for me there yet?
Fox, why? What do you want from me?
I'm a prisoner of death. Only you can free me.
Fox, stay out of this. What about Naomi? She's hell-bent on taking revenge for you.
Naomi.
You're the only one who can stop her.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the one who killed her parents.
Oh.
I was young then, and couldn't bring myself to kill her too. I felt so bad that I decided to take her with me. I raised her like she was my own blood to soothe my guilty conscience. Even now she thinks of me as her brother.
Fox.
From the outside, we might have seemed like a happy brother and sister, but every time I looked at her, I saw her parents' eyes staring back at me. Tell her for me. Tell her that I was the one who did it.
There you are!
We're just about out of time. Here's a final present from Deep Throat. I'll stop it from moving.
Fox!
So I had to say quiet about all that. That was awesome. Ugh.
In the Middle East, we don't hunt foxes, we hunt jackals. Instead of foxhounds, we use Royal Harriers.
Fox!
How strong is that exoskeleton of yours? Snake, are you just going to sit by and watch him die?
Cornered fox is more dangerous than a jackal.
You tell him.
Impressive!
You are indeed worthy of the codename Fox, but now you're finished!
No! Fire the stinger!
Fox, can you really shoot? You'll kill him too!
Now, in front of you,
It's no good.
I
can't do it.
After Zanzibar, I was taken from the battle. Neither truly alive nor truly dead. An undying shadow in a world of light.
Can't do it.
But soon it will finally end.
These series is casually tossed in his God, the amount of disrespect from Liquid.
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at. But at least I always fought for what I believed in. Snake, farewell.
Foolish man. He prayed for death, and it found him. You see, you can't protect anyone, not even yourself. Die!
I'm gonna die to this guy. Yeah, no.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
Okay, didn't know it was the same back here. I will see you guys all in a minute. Back. Let's do this for real this time. Chaps on the ready. Finger heavy.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
If he keeps shooting that laser, I probably will have it. Alright. Okay, wow, that's just not good. Okay, stinger, let it go. I found out how you do it. Manipulate the oh crap, I need to do it right. Come up close and then shoot this in his face. If you're fast enough, I'm not. Again, that's because of my first time doing this. Good, I was out of the way of that one. Oh no. Gotta be faster. Like that, yeah. this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I'm right underneath you. How many shots do this last? Oh no, it's gonna stop on me. Get away too far away from this. Get away from it. What's he doing? Over here. Put it on the side of it. What, did you lose the thing? Decide the only thing that looks even remotely like you? No wonder our father liked you better. What's the matter? Look at this guy, daddy. I'm the best guy to fight with. Both of us. No. Dude. Yes, finally!
Snake! I'll crush you into dust!
Just to make it more rational for you. Oh, thank God. Fun fact, you wanna know how goodly built this one is? You come back, in MGS4 you come back here and get the power of that thing. And it works good enough to be good enough to build something that was basically designed to kill it. So I gotta say this, tough fight, and Otacon, you did good work. Not only by telling me how to defeat the thing, but also by helping me do it. And give me an awesome weapon to ride in years later.
Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Or till the game's
Bad.
done.
It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
No, it means I am.
What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft.
You're insane.
Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here?
Well, because I was forced to be
I'll
here.
tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
Most of that was self-defense, in all fairness.
I watched
One of them was a
your
sniper who
face
shot my...
when you
Well, let's
did
see.
it.
Let's go into the list
It was
of them.
filled with the
I had
joy.
one of your guys,
that
Ocelot, was a madman who was about to murder someone.
killer inside.
Vulcan Raven literally came at
You
me
don't
with a
have to
tank, so it
deny
was
it.
self-defense in that
We were
case.
created
Psycho
to
Man
be
has literally
that
took
way.
control over Meryl, so that was
Created.
self-defense. I mean, so that was to help out my friend. Sniper Wolf literally tried to kill my friend. At one point, somehow managed to not to die
Les
from those
enfants
headshots.
terribles.
And then,
The terrible children. That's what the project was
okay,
called.
Raven wanted to fight.
It started in the 1970s.
I'm trying to think about who else.
Their plan was to
Oh, yeah, Sniper Wolf
artificially
again.
create the most
She chose that
powerful
fight.
soldier possible.
She's the one who
person
shot.
that they
She's literally the
chose
one
as
who
the
shot
model
first.
was the
Every
man
single
known
person,
then
every
as
single one of
the
your
greatest
comrades they
living
saying I
soldier
killed,
in
I
the
killed in
world.
self-defense.
Big boss.
But father was wounded in
protect my
combat
friend,
and
so-
already in a coma when they brought him in. So they created us from his cells, with a combination of 20th century analog cloning and the super baby method.
Super baby method.
They fertilized an egg with one of father's cells, and then let it divide into 8 clone babies. Then they transferred the clones to someone's uterus and later intentionally aborted 6 of the fetuses to encourage strong
Fun fact, we
fetal
actually do
growth.
better see the mom.
You and I were originally octuplets.
Octuplets?
Yes. The other 6 of our brothers were sacrificed to make us. We were accomplices in murder before the day we were even born. So it was you and I, 2 fertilized eggs with exactly the same DNA. But they weren't finished yet. They used me as a guinea pig to create a phenotype in which all of the dominant genes were expressed to create you. I got all of the recessive genes. You took everything from me before I was even born.
Not my fault.
But you and I aren't his only children.
What?
The Genome Soldiers. They too are his progeny, carrying on his genetic legacy. But they're different. They're digital. With the completion of the Human Genome Project, the mysteries of humanity were laid bare. Thanks to Father's DNA, they were able to identify more than 60 soldier genes responsible for everything from strategic thinking to the proverbial killer instinct. Those soldier genes were transplanted into the members of the next generation Special Forces. That's how they became the Genome Soldiers. That's right. The Genome Soldiers that you've been killing are our brothers with the same genes as ours.
The Genome Soldiers.
That's right. They are our brothers, created artificially through the alignment of nucleotides to mimic our father's genes. They too are the product of numerous sacrifices.
Sacrifices?
Human experiments!
Yeah,
1991, the Gulf War. The military secretly injected soldiers with the soldier genes. The Gulf War syndrome that hundreds of thousands of returning soldiers complained about was a side effect of it.
Ha! Everyone knows that the Gulf War syndrome was caused by exposure to depleted uranium used in the anti-tank rounds.
That was just a cover story issued by the Pentagon. First they tried to say it was post-traumatic stress disorder, then chemical or biological weapons. The poison gas detection units and the anti-sarin injections, they were all just a cover-up of the secret genetic experiments.
So then, the so-called Gulf War babies that have been reported by Gulf War veterans are...
Yes, they too are our brothers and sisters.
dang.
So the Genome Soldiers mean that the experiments were a success?
Success? Don't be a fool. They're a complete failure. We are on the verge
Why
of
do they kill them
extinction.
so easily?
What?
Have you ever heard of the asymmetry theory? Nature tends to favor asymmetry. Those species which have gone extinct all show signs of symmetry. The genome soldiers suffer from the same problem. Signs of symmetry. So do I. As do you. That's right. We are all on the verge of death at the genetic level. We don't know when or what type of disease will occur. That's why we need the old man's genetic information.
You want Big Boss's DNA so you can save your family? It's very touching.
In nature, family members don't mate with each other, and yet they help each other to survive. Do you know why?
Unless you live in Alabama.
It increases the chance that their genes will be
apologize
passed
anyone
on to a
out there in
new
Alabama, but
generation.
that's kind of the joke.
Altruism among blood relatives is a response to natural selection. It's called the selfish gene theory.
You're telling me that your genes are ordering you to save the genome soldiers?
You can't fight your genes. It's fate. All living things are born for the sole purpose of passing on their parents' genes. That's why I'll follow what my genes tell me. And then I'm going to go beyond. In order to break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you. Look behind you.
Meryl! Is she alive?
I'm not sure. She was alive a few hours ago. Poor girl kept calling your name.
Meryl.
Stupid woman. Falling in love with a man who doesn't even have a name.
I have a name.
No! We have no past, no future, and even if we did, it wouldn't be truly ours. You and I are just copies of our father, Big Boss.
Let Meryl go.
As soon as we've finished our business, we're almost out of time.
You're talking about Fox Die.
No. It seems now that the Pentagon knows that Metal Gear is destroyed. They've arrived at a decision.
Actually,
they won't even
no, it's
need a
not.
BDA.
Once again, this thing is
If you
actually
want
made
the
of
details, why don't you ask your
I don't know what this thing
precious
is made of,
Colonel
but whatever
Campbell?
it is a beautiful.
Colonel, can you hear me?
In fact, I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
I'm
out of
listening.
all the
What is the
Metal Gears in
Pentagon
this series, I
trying to
don't even
do?
know if Rex actually
Colonel,
does get destroyed.
answer me.
The Secretary of Defense has taken over active control of this operation. He's on his way there by AWACS
What for?
to bomb the place.
What?
Not only that, B-2 bombers just lifted off from Galena Air Force Base. They're carrying B-6113 surface-piercing tactical nuclear bombs.
What? Metal Gear is destroyed. Tell the Secretary of Defense.
The Secretary of Defense heard that Naomi double-crossed us, and he's worried about Fox Die. Now that there's no more danger of a nuclear strike from Metal Gear, he's going to do whatever's necessary to cover up the truth of what really happened here.
He's going to drop a nuclear bomb to vaporize all the evidence along with
Which is
anyone who knows
amazing considering
anything.
the fact
Don't
of
worry, Snake.
one of the theories
I'll
about
stop
Twin
the
Snakes
nuclear
is
strike.
that it's a movie. I can only
How?
imagine this guy having to
I
sit
may
in the
only be
theater
a figurehead here,
and watch how
but
they-
I'm still
how
officially
they
in
do
command of
them.
this mission. If I issue an order to delay the strike, it'll confuse the chain of command and at least buy you some time. It'll give you a chance to escape.
But, Colonel, if you do that...
It's okay, Snake. The truth is, Foxhound was already the subject of an undercover investigation. Merrill was transferred to this base just before the terrorist attack as a way of manipulating me.
Those bastards.
I'm sorry.
You told me that earlier
They
than I
forced
would
me to
hate you right
cooperate
now.
in exchange for her life. You better get out of there, Snake.
Are you sure? It'll be bad for you.
Don't worry. It's the least I can do for you, after all the lies.
Colonel,
I'm ordering them to cancel the bombing run. After that, there's no turning back. What? What are you doing? What?
Snake!
Mei Ling, what happened to the Colonel?
I don't believe it.
What happened?
Snake the Colonel!
Roy Campbell has been relieved of duty. This is the Secretary of Defense, Jim Houseman.
Put the Colonel back on.
He's been placed under arrest for leaking top-secret information and for the crime of high treason.
Ridiculous.
What?
Yes, he's a ridiculous man. He truly believed that he was in command of this operation.
You bastard.
There won't be a speck of evidence left. I'm sure the President would want the same thing.
President ordered this?
President is a busy man. I have complete authority here.
How do you plan on explaining a nuclear attack on Alaska to the media?
Don't worry. We've prepared a convincing cover story. We'll simply say that the terrorists exploded a nuclear device.
Smart. You'll be murdering everyone here. The scientists, the Genome Army, everyone.
Donald, the DARPA chief, is already dead.
So, you didn't mean to kill the DARPA chief after all.
He was my friend.
Ooh.
And you could care less about what happens to everybody else, huh?
Well, if you give me the optic disc, I might consider saving them.
What are you talking about?
Metal Gear's test data. Donald was supposed to bring it back.
I don't have it.
I see. Oh well, that's okay. You two are an embarrassment from the 1970s.
You know the sad thing is,
Our
if this
country's
person was actually
dirty
Commander
little secret.
Zero from
You can't be
MGS3,
allowed to live.
this would actually
Well,
make
the
at
bombs
least
will
somewhat
be dropping
a
soon,
little
and you
bit of
two have a
sense.
lot of
I mean,
catching
then
up
he'd
to
make
do.
a lot more sense.
Farewell.
But I don't know much about this guy actually, because he talks about how the DARPA chief
There's
was his
no
friend.
way
and
out for
the
us.
DARPA chief was also SIGINT. Guess from SIGINT
Let's
is
finish
well, wait
this
till MGS3
before the airstrike.
in probably like 5 years or so.
You stole everything from me. Only your death can satisfy me. Only your death can return to me what is rightly mine. She'll make a beautiful sacrifice for our final battle.
Liquid, no.
Do you see this? It will be the time limit for our final battle. This nuclear module is set to detonate at the precise moment of her death.
I wonder if he still says that if you don't do the thing right. I mean, if you don't do the torture scene right.
If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. If you cross this line, you fall. At this height, it will kill even you. Have at you, Snake.
Yeah, we're going to have that done next time. I apologize, everyone, but this I know has gone on incredibly long, and I have to stop this right here. So next time, everyone, the final battle, the grand finale of Metal Gear 1. Thank you all for watching. I apologize for how bad I was doing against Rex. But to everyone out there, this has been Zayred, everybody, and until next time.